Hello and welcome back to Training Sim TV. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at the rolling stock for Blackpool Branches. So we did the introduction video which went live like a day or so back, just ahead of the release of the route. Now at the time this video goes out, the route should be available, so at this point go and pick yourself a copy up. Depending on the time this video has gone out, it may only be available on console at the time, but it'll be available on PC later in the day, so usual stuff with usual TSW DLC. My throat's going a bit. You may well hear that it's a little bit more husky than it usually is, but we will press on as always. And starting off, we have class 47/4s. So these 47s are different to the 47s that you'd be used to in TSW. They have some differences. Under the hood there's some differences, and also visually. So first of all, you'll note that there is the high intensity headlamp bolted onto the front. The 47 that came with Northern Trans Pennine didn't actually have this. However, the 47 that came with Somerset Railway did, as that was a 47/8. But yeah, these have now got the lamp on the front. Makes a big difference, I think, just to the visual appearance just on that front. It's nice to see it. Also, not just limiting to the visual side of things, you've actually got livery update. So on the blue livery, that's been tweaked and adjusted to be a bit more true to the BR blue colour. It's also had some new weathering put on it. The big addition on the sides are these absolutely fantastic nameplates. These were done by Matthew Wilson, who, if you're from the TS Classic community, you will know Matthew Wilson from Vulcan Productions. So he put 49 nameplates together for us in absolutely fantastic detail, and there's a good variety of these. Personally, in the time of actually working on the project, I've not seen them all. All the time I've been running around testing the route and making sure things were working right, I've not seen every single one. So there's still, like this one for example, I've not even seen this one yet. The first time I've actually seen it show up. And this one just appeared on the free roam. I've just plonked these locos down here. So yeah, this one's SS Great Britain. It's got the little plaque underneath it as well. This locomotive was named by HM the Queen, so Her Majesty the Queen in 1985, the 150th anniversary year of the Great Western Railway. Excellent stuff. So that is that one. What I'll do is quickly jump in the cab and just show you the change in here as well. So let's just shut the door so it's a little less noisy. So I'm just going to remove the hood for a minute. So cab wise, there's differences. The cab's had a retexture, so the rework on the colours. It's had the Bardic lamp attached to the top. No visual gain of purpose, you can just turn it on. If you click the top, it'll actually light up. Nice at night time when it's for like night shots. I mean, this would be used for like emergencies and stuff, but there's two in the cab. It's just nice little extra to put in there. Another big thing that's been up there, sort of like big changes. You get obviously your marker lights as normal, but you actually get the headlamp for the high lamp now working, so you can turn them on and off. And also the boiler gauge has been plated off on the right hand side, on the right side of the amps meter. So yeah, that's been bolted over with a little plate. Just another one, just to show you, is on the roof. This is where the boiler is. This has all been capped over, I believe, somewhere. I'm not sure if it's these. I think it's these bits. This is where the boiler was. It's all been capped over and covered up. On one of the ends, it's had lights have had these little pillar things over that sort of like capped over. I'm not sure if they're different at one end to the other, or one end didn't have them and they needed it. I can't quite remember, but that was another change. So before we go and have a look at the other liveries, I'm just going to put myself here. So going over the sort of go back to the dev log really, I was going to give you a quick lowdown on the updates of the 47 compared to the NTP version. So added light sources for the high intensity lamp, which we've seen on the front. It's also got new smoke, so there's new clag, so that's more refined. It's not so over the top, sort of like on the NTP ones it just really plumed up. This one's a lot more refined. It's had also alterations to the timings of the train brake valve. improvements to the air brake distributor and loco brake timings. Goods timings now work. Fixed a couple of animations. Added stop on the brake valve to prevent accidentally bypassing into emergency into neutral. Added air brake sounds. Also added new brake screeching, brake rub, flange, and track run with wiper sounds also on top. Added a subtle light source for the fault lights and the gauge lights to aid in nighttime driving. So just for an example, on that, we're jumping here, these 3 lights down. It says engine, wheel, and alarm. So those light up. They'll be dim when there's nothing going on, and then they'll go bright, obviously, when something's happening. But they also cast a lovely little shine on the dash in front, so you sort of get the shine off the straight brake. This one here, and also on the side of the on the horn. So that's that. You also have alterations in how the locomotive loads in to aid starting heavy trains on low adhesion. Fixed tail lamp, which was flashing, so that the flashing tail lamp that you'd see at the end of the train, that used to be underneath the loco, and it used to be, you'd see it sort of underneath the fuel tanks, and you'd see that flashing away. It was more visible really at night time, but yeah, that's been moved and that's been sorted. No idea where it's gone to, but it's been hidden somewhere, at least hidden out of visual sight. So that's another thing that's been done. We've also removed steam heat control, so that's the gauge I was on about on the right hand side. So that's been sorted. It's obviously keep in line with 47.4s. Added covers to the marker lights, sorry, not market lights. Marker lights at one end. Not sure which end that is, but they've been added. And also there's been a fixture of the wheel blur. So those are the fixes on top of obviously the base 47 that everyone already knew. So I'm just going to quickly have a quick run around Intercity Executive and large logo as well. So these are the 2 liveries that are new liveries for the pack and for the 47 in-game fleet. So this is Intercity Executive. This is obviously the more early Intercity. It's also got the black, black on the headlamp marker panel. Other than that, though, there's obviously no more changes as such inside. With the 47 Intercity livery, these are a more rarer loco to spawn in your timetable, because there was only 6 of them in our timetable, and 5 of those are named as well, so you may find a namer. But yeah, these won't spawn on freight as far as I'm aware. They were only on passenger stuff, so you're probably more likely to see these on the West Coast Main Line trundling through. You might see some come to Blackpool. I'm not overly sure on that off the top of my head, but definitely you'll see on the West Coast Main Line. If you stay at Preston long enough, you may well be lucky to find one. Moving through to large logo, which is I think one of my favourite liveries on the 47. I love that logo. I just love the livery. So this one obviously has a lot more chance of spawning compared to large logo, and also with the blue. I think these 2 are more in line with each other. You'll find this one bustling up and down all routes. You'll find this on the line to Blackpool as well, so that it isn't just refined for the West Coast. So same again, it's got all the high lamp and stuff. These do have names as well. We've just not been lucky enough to spawn a namer. Yeah, I like these ones. Very good. The liveries were done by Benedict, and also like all the handiwork underneath and all the extra like fancy stuff, like all the scripting work, that was done by Ed as well. So it's been a real collaboration of all parties on this. But there you go. Those are your 47s. Shall we move on to the 142s? Well, welcome to the class 142. So you've already seen the 142 in action, of course, but this is just all the liveries side by side, just for a quick look around. So we've got GMPTE Orange, although in the game it's just known as Orange. That was mainly his licensing issues, unfortunately. We did try to get the license for the branding on the sides, but unfortunately we couldn't get that. So it's got the arrows, but it hasn't got the little logo on the side, unfortunately. No doubt someone will end up probably putting something together for that in the Creators Club, so I'll look out for something like that. And so that's that livery. You've got the Provincial BR Blue, which is this one here. And also you've got the addition of Skipper, which is the chocolate and cream livery. This was originally based down, I think, the Cornwall area and stuff. Didn't last very long due to the locals basically complaining. I think all screechy noise and uncomfortableness and all that. They soon got cascaded away, and this livery did actually find its way up here. Hence why you see it in the room. So, just a quick one. We'll just have a quick look round. I'm not going to go through all the ins and outs on this one because there's so much to sort of cover. But obviously, this is a new unit for the train. Comes with some cool little features, such as you can play with the door panel on the sides here, so you can get yourself into the train. Lock it up. And to do the hatch now, you put the key into the back door panel there. Unlock the little flap, and then close the door. You can only do the guard buzzer when the doors are shut as well. The difference in maquettes as well, so Skipper and Provincial have the same maquette. The GMPT one has a blue seating maquette, which is a bit different. Quick look in the cab. You've got all the bits and pieces on the back. You've got your lights and stuff like that. These are just more of a visual, sort of like, you can just at least play with them, if anything. You've got the fuse panel box on the back there. You can play with this. These all do things. I've not really sort of investigated what these do yet, but they do have consequences on things if you happen to go and start pressing them. You may find things and then stop working because you've isolated stuff. So it's worth having a play and learning what to do, and I will be doing that at some point. We'll be having an investigation on what, no doubt, one of the streams coming up, so we can find out what things do. We can try and do some funky stuff where we could maybe isolate something and move around with stuff isolated. You got the fan, which isn't working at the minute because I haven't keyed in. We just there we go. Fan works, and it has audio. Stuff like side blinds, these all work. All your blinds work as to be expected. Destination handle. We've got all sorts of destos. Right here a minute. We've got all sorts of places. Other routes are covered as well, like ones that are in game. So you've got stuff sort of local to this area that they've been putting anyway, and then you've got like Tees Valley stuff covered. West Cornwall local and Northern Transpine as well, so whatever routes you want to run it on, you are covered. And it's also got some sort of covered local to this area as well, just for stuff if you're passing through Preston and all that. I say Blackburn, obviously the route doesn't go to Blackburn, but Blackburn's covered should you want to use it. So yeah, you got all your usual driving panel. The Class 142s come with 3 different sound sets as well for the different areas of transmission and engine that they had. You've got the TL11 engine with RRE5-R, I think it is, or something like that. Oh God, let me find this out because I've got it. I'll end up butchering this if I don't get it right. Where are we? I was close. So it's a Leyland TL11 diesel engine with the RRE5, not dash, it's just RRE5 gearbox. So that was the original one. That was from 1985 to 1988. And then after so long, these were not very reliable. There was, I think, forever there were failures and stuff like that. So what they did was they kept the TL11 engine, but they changed the gearbox to a Voith hydraulic T211R gearbox. So that came in between 1988 and 1991. And then from 1993 to 1996, they eventually changed the engine over. So they did away with the TL11s and they put in a Cummins LTA 10-R engine. They kept the Voith hydraulic transmission though. That was, as I say, between 1993 and 1996. They were putting then onwards. They lasted all the way through their temporary, and I use temporary as loose, like a loose term here, but temporary as a temporary measure where these actually stayed till 2020. They were meant to be a stopgap, these units, but they lasted all the way through to 2020. So, like, basically just sort of like the beginning of the COVID period, these started going. I mean, Pacers are still around. They're not on the main line as such. I think there's one or two mainline registered ones which LSL, Locomotive Services, have. One did actually do a tour recently in the orange livery, which I think is the one that we are currently on. But yeah, other than that, I think they might have one more, but all the rest of them have either been scrapped or a number of them were saved and basically bought by Preserved Railways. So there is still a lot of these knocking about, and not just 1420, but I think 143s and 144s have also been given a lease of life in preservation as well. So it's nice to see they're not all gone. You can't get rid of them that easy. So yeah, you got BR Provincial Blue here, which is the one I think which will appear. You'll probably see this one more than anything. And then you've got your Skipper chocolate and cream livery there. As I say, this was a delivery that came in originally for Cornwall, but didn't last very long before it was cascaded up here, and it found its way around the north, and I think north and northeast as well, around all there. I've definitely seen pictures around sort of like northeast of them, so you'll definitely be able to use them over on Tees Valley. But yeah, really lovely pieces for you to enjoy, and I look forward to seeing Creators Club liveries on this, because I can no doubt see that there'll be an absolute plethora of them appearing pretty soon, no doubt. Let's move on to the Class 08, shall we? So various rolling stocks have been added to the route. We've got some Mark 1s, Mk1 BGs in various liveries, also some Mark 2 FKs and TSOs, and also there's some TEA tankers. So I'm just going to quickly go through each of these, just pass you, drop you like a little run around just so you can see. So this is an all new one, really. It actually hasn't featured in TSW. The blue grey is the one that was always in the game. Even that's had some refinements, like some colour matching, basically so everything matches up. But yeah, these ones, the full blue overall BGs with the parcels and newspapers have been added. So that is Express Parcels. You've got again Express Parcels, but in blue grey, and then again in the overall blue, you've got newspapers. These feature in the timetable as well, so you'll see these bustling around. You'll be able to drive them as well. You can do the newspapers one. I know that much actually. I don't know if Parcels features. I think Parcels may feature actually potentially. I think there's a couple of Express Parcels bolted onto the back of the parcel run newspaper. The Mk1 BGs, so these features heavily on the rolling stock in the passenger side of things. You'll see them all the time. And then you've got the Mark 2s FK and TSO at the back. These have, I say, they've all had paint matching, but they've also had the numbers fixed on the side. So these actually, I think it said like M1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but they've actually had the proper numbers fixed on them now. So happy days. And then over here we have the TEA 100-ton bogey tanker. Bit different to the one that came with the heavy freight pack. Colours changed. It's more of a black colour scheme. This is to keep in line with what it would carry, which is like oil. One of the things that was fixed on this are the panels here. There was some texture issues going on with the side panels, so those got fixed up as well. So there's no dodginess going on with the texture in there. But that's your rolling stock. That is all you. To be fair, that's everything in a nutshell. We've covered things in such a nice short period. It's just I just wanted to show you, walk around. I mean, you've seen all the static pictures, obviously, that JT put out, but doing a little walk around is always does the world of good as well, so people get to see things up close and personal. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this short overlook and everything at the rolling stock. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Catch us on future videos at TrainSim TV, YouTube, and also catch us on Twitch at TrainSim_TV as the tag there. Streams normally Friday and Sundays. However, obviously with the release of this route, I'll be doing a lot more in sort of that, the run up and after. We'll just have to build up and all that on the release. It won't be the run up, but there's all sorts coming. So yeah, you'll be sick of it by the time we've got to the end of the week. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. All the best. Any comments or any questions, feel free, lob them in the chat below. I'm more than happy to assist in that side of things. So if there's any queries, just yeah, drop us a message and we'll do our very best to help out on anything that you want to know. Take care and all the best. Bye for now.